Okay, welcome, 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 welcome. I am so glad that you all are here today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know for some of you guys, it's 5 p.m. and for some of you over on the East Coast, it's 8 p.m. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this workshop is ultimately something that's going to change and transform your life forever. Okay, so I love to interact with people. I love to help people. If you have any questions, you can put those in the Q&A box. If you have any comments, put them in the chat. Okay, make sure it comes to everyone though, so everybody can see your comment. All right, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment and again congratulate you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Turn off your phones, focus if you're able to. I know some of you guys might be cooking dinner right now, doing some things, moving around. Take notes if you'd like to. Okay, I'm going to go over a lot of really important information regarding your health and wellness. Okay, so the fact that you're here, it tells me a few things. Okay, it tells me that maybe you desire clear skin, normal periods, lose weight, maybe even boost your fertility. Some of you guys are here because you have fibroids, you have PCOS, you have endometriosis. You've already been diagnosed with a disease, with something that's going on with your hormones, okay? And right now you might be at a point where you want to take control back of your health and so that you can get back to the things that are important to you. Or maybe you just don't feel like yourself anymore and you want to get back to yourself. Maybe you want to feel confident in that swimming suit or that new outfit that you want to put on. Or maybe your health is just declining and you know that the traditional routes are not working and you fear where things may head if your health doesn't improve. So I just want to cover quickly who this is not for. This is not for anyone who is attached to their illness. That's someone that doesn't really want to get better. That this is not for anyone that wants a quick fix, like a one size fits all. We're going to do some type of quick fix rather than actually having lasting results. It's not for anyone who's not coachable, anyone who does not want to learn, take action, or willing to invest in themselves. So here's my promise, okay? So we're going to cover the 3 underlying causes of why your hormones are out of whack, what to do, and really how to get your life back on track, okay? I'm going to share with you today what's possible if you remove the blind spots that are really preventing you from feeling great, having tons of energy, and really eliminating the imbalances that are interfering with your life. And I'm going to share stories of women who were once just like you. So you do not want to miss a thing, okay? So if you stay to the end, there's going to be fabulous bonuses for everyone here. And also, there's going to be an opportunity to work with me at a discounted price, which I will offer at the end of the webinar. And also, in general, you're going to learn the truth, okay? You're going to learn the truth about what gives you long-term sustainable results, okay? You do not want to miss a thing. And this presentation is something that's going to change your life, okay? And today is the day to do it. No more excuses. You do not want to be another statistic walking into the doctor's office that's just another number. Or worse yet, leaves out more confused than when you went in, or feels like your symptoms are blown off, or your symptoms are addressed, but just addressed with a drug that masks the symptoms and doesn't really take care of the real issue. So who am I? I'm Dr. Alicia Newsome. I'm a doctor turned health and success coach, international speaker. I'm a consultant to the world's top research companies in medicine, women's health, health and cancer. So that's Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins Hospital, places all over the world. I'm an author of my own scientific research, and I'm a functional medicine practitioner. So what this means is that I get to the root cause of what's going on inside of women's bodies, okay? So I help women just like you find out exactly what's going on inside their bodies and resolve their health issues without the use of drugs or surgery. So I remove the mystery, the confusion, while also providing the guidance, accountability, and a roadmap to losing weight, balancing hormones, getting pregnant, increasing energy, whatever that may be. I'm also the owner of Body Wellness Institute, which is home of Powerful and Healthy Academy. So this is Venetia. So Venetia, this is a testimonial that she sent in. She says, Dr. Alicia Newsome, she calls me Dr. Alicia, but Dr. Newsome is very knowledgeable and professional. She's honest and compassionate with so much information out there. So how many of you guys raise your hand or put it in the chat? are overwhelmed by the amount of information out there. You have some kind of symptom going on in your body. I see those hands going up. You have some type of symptom in your body, something going on, or maybe even given a diagnosis, and you just start going and Googling things. And then you just get overwhelmed by, what should I do? Where should I start? What should I be doing, this or that or not? So with Benicia, we were able to really find out exactly what was going on in her body and provide her with a clear roadmap to address her health issues specifically. This is Natalia. One thing that I love about what Natalia says is that she says, Dr. Alicia taught me that all the weird things that my body does are totally normal and I don't feel self-conscious anymore. So how many of you guys want some of that? Like, don't feel self-conscious anymore. Like, no matter where you are in your health journey, you have confidence. You feel good. You're confident in knowing what's going on with your health and your body. That was something we were able to help Natalia with.
Hello, I'm Dr. LaBentria, owner of the Culminating Experience. I wanted to take an opportunity to express to you how awesome and amazing Dr. Alicia is. She is more than a motivational speaker. She is an experience. She's dedicated. She's passionate. She's thought-provoking. She's attuned. She has a wonderful way of going out of her way to be wonderful. She possesses the unique ability to take any topic that is complex and break it down in such a way that even a preschool student would understand it and be able to explain it to someone else. Dr. Alicia has been a joy to work with. She is definitely motivated, inspired, and uplifts us. She has pushed us to our greatest success level. In my opinion, there's no greater success enabler than Dr. Alicia. If you would like to live at your highest calling and be successful in doing that, Dr. Alicia is an experience that you do not want to miss. Thank you again, Dr. Alicia, for all that you have done for us, for motivating us, uplifting us, and inspiring us. And because of you, we can now live our highest calling and encourage others to do the same.
Hello, my name is Melissa Mitchell, and I first met Dr. Alicia after attending a women's healing retreat in the Dominican Republic. And I was so inspired by the way she is able to just take really deep concepts and make them understandable for people like myself who don't have a degree in medicine and don't have any kind of doctoral background. And so it's just been wonderful to have that kind of insight and guidance, and she's definitely a beautiful soul. So I appreciate everything that she brings to the table and highly recommend you seek her out for whatever needs you may have related to medicine.
I'm always humbled when I receive these testimonials because...
Hello, I'm Dr. LaBentria.
Guess she wants to say it again. But I'm always humbled when I receive these testimonials because for me, things weren't always this way. As a child, broke bones, ear infections, colds, just all kind of typical kid stuff, always given medications and things to cover up. As I became a teenager, I had cystic acne, so that really painful acne that kind of covers your skin. Doctor put me on birth control to address that, as well as my periods. I had to have injections in my skin for that, asthma. And then asthma really is one of the things that stopped me from, I ran track, had to stop doing that, kept having asthma attacks and things like that. And then went on to college, D1 sports, same thing. So from there, I really kind of, with my health, things began to change. Went on depression medications. The doctor diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. I had headaches. This is where weight really became an issue for me, like putting on weight and then maybe being able to lose it, but then putting it right back on and not being able to keep it off. PCOS, deep depression before my periods, history of miscarriage, lots of different health issues. Then I got to this point where I was in private practice, and while I loved helping patients, I was completely wiped out. At this point in my life, I was in the middle of trying to leave a really bad marriage. I just had 2 babies back to back, and that did a lot to my body. Filed bankruptcy, So bankrupt single mom at this point in time, no family nearby, hated where I lived. I was really moody, depressed, anxious. I was really just trying to survive. I would go to my friend's house and kids running around doing their thing, and I'd be asleep on the couch. Like they already knew, like Alicia's asleep, give her a blanket. I was tired all the time. And I had so many health issues that were really stopping me from taking the next steps in my business, from being a good mother, from just feeling good in my clothes. And with little to no information out there on how to resolve these issues, it was hard. I would see other doctors, but they just give me more things like symptom relief. Nobody was really getting to the root cause of my issues. And I knew that there had to be a way to find out exactly what was going on inside of my body. So I hit this point of just being done, like that point where you're on the floor, in the shower, crying, or just in the bedroom, just crying, like break down, like I cannot live like this anymore. And I began to hire divorce coaches, financial coaches, health coaches. I had already spent $250,000 getting my doctorate. And then I spent thousands more investing in my education and coaches. I spent days and nights studying and increasing my knowledge. So not only that I could heal my own body, but so that I could be powerful in all areas of my life. And I really figured out how to live in a way that I'm empowered. The people in my life are empowered. My kids are empowered. My businesses are thriving. My health is in a great place. And I learned that there's no better place to invest than in myself, because when I do that and I take care of my health, then everyone around me wins. So what I discovered was a holistic approach that uncovered the dysregulation in my gut, imbalances in my brain and hormones. They had affected my weight. Toxins had accumulated in my body. This created inflammation, which decreased my energy, my ability to focus and to feel sane. I found the root cause to my exhaustion, my brain fog, my depression. I learned how to reset my hormones so I can feel balanced all month long. I learned how to heal from the medications I had taken. They had depleted my body of vital nutrients. I learned how to set boundaries in relationships where I was doing way too much, wasn't saying no. And I learned how to really invest in myself so that I could start putting myself first and actually help others from a full cup. I learned how to lose weight and keep it off naturally in a way that makes sense and can be easily maintained. I went from being exhausted all the time, hormones out of whack, unable to lose weight and keep it off, being a divorced, bankrupt, single mom. Now my headaches are gone, energy is up all day long, my cycles are normal, and when I'm ready to have another baby, my body is ready. So I've been able to keep the weight off. My skin is clear, and I am truly happy because I think with ease. I have tons of mental clarity. I've built multiple six-figure businesses because of the upgrades and the increase in my brain function and my energy. This has allowed me to pay off massive amounts of debt and really save for the future. I spent the last several years traveling the world and speaking and consulting, and did this even during the pandemic, was called in for all of that. Now I'm happily remarried to the man of my dreams. He marks all the boxes on my list, checked right off. My kids are thriving. My hormones and my mood are balanced all month long. And my body's able to move with ease and without pain. So you might be thinking, okay, great for you, but I'm stuck on all these medications. You may have just went to the doctor and they gave you more medications. You may be thinking, I'm overweight. I've been overweight. I've done every dieting program out there. My grandmother's overweight, my mother's overweight, my sister's overweight. This is just the way the women in my family are. You may be thinking your health issues are just part of you getting old. You might just, okay, this is me getting old. You might feel like you don't have the educational background that I have, or you don't know where to start, or you don't have time. You may just feel like you're broken, like things in your body are not working, but I see you. Okay. And I want you to know that there is nothing wrong with you. Okay. And that none of this is true. And today is the day for you to take action on your brighter future because there's answers. So there's 3 keys to succeed. Okay. So 1, you must be coachable. 2, willing to take action. And 1, you must be coachable. You must focus on progress and not perfection, okay? So no perfectionist in here, okay? So there's no being perfect in this health journey, okay? It is a journey, and you can only eat an elephant one bite at a time, okay? And lastly, you must commit to never letting your self-doubt stop you from having what you really want, okay? Because you are the most important asset in your life, okay? So you can do this, all right? Even if you've tried and you failed before, as long as you have those 3 traits, that's what's going to get you there, okay? You can absolutely do this. So I just want you to take a moment. I just want you to imagine what life will be like when you have the ability to remember and to get more done in less time. And whether you're a female entrepreneur or you're a mother or a wife or a businesswoman, you're more creative, more innovative, a better leader, a better friend, a better parent or spouse, because the people in your life can count on you. And they can count on you to show up and to have energy and to be present. Imagine what it's like when summertime rolls around again, and this time you feel good in that swimsuit or that new outfit. Or imagine what it's like to feel confident to get out there and start dating, or to just date the one that you're already with. You have the energy to be with the one that you love. Imagine when you look in the mirror and your skin's cleared up, or you feel balanced emotionally, or you have peaceful, relaxing periods. It comes around and there's no issues there. Imagine getting rest and having peace, or being more productive, making more money, being more successful and admired by your peers, and even more of a leader. So I have this slide here, and it's of a woman. She's looking inside the trunk of her car. Okay, so just imagine check engine light comes on in your car. Okay, I know I certainly have had the check engine light come on in my car, and I'm like, all right, I got to go take this in. So taking the car, mechanic comes out and says, well, we have these new stickers here, and that's all you do with this sticker here is you place it right over that check engine light, and ma'am, you don't have to worry about that anymore. This sticker will cover up that check engine light. A lot of people like our stickers too because they got nice motivational quotes on them. People feel good when they look at our stickers. You won't have to worry about that anymore. That would be crazy. That would be insane if the check engine light came on in my car and I allowed someone to give me a sticker to cover it up so I just don't have to see it anymore. But for some reason, we allow doctors to do that with our bodies. You have symptoms, the reasons why you're here: brain fog, low energy, heavy periods, absent periods, sporadic periods, irritability, moodiness, depression, anxiety, lack of clarity, trouble losing weight, low libido. These are all check engine lights going off in your body, and they are symptoms of a greater issue going on. So for me, I deal with root cause, okay? So I don't pass out stickers. I don't give out Band-Aids. I want to get to the root cause and find out exactly what's going on inside of your body so that you can resolve these issues without the use of drugs or surgery. And we have to be really careful, especially for those of us that like more natural types of things, because for some of these, I could recommend, for energy, B12, sleep issues, take some melatonin or some tryptophan. Depression, take some kava or some St. John's wort. There's some good herbs out there. There's some good things out there. And I love those types of things. But if you're not first addressing the root cause of why you are experiencing these symptoms, then it's still just a Band-Aid. It's still just a sticker, and it's still just covering up what's going on inside the body. And that is absolutely not what I do. So tonight, we're going to talk about the 3 underlying causes about what's going on inside of your body and why those hormonal balances are present. So we're going to talk about these 3 areas, and maybe even in a way you haven't even heard before, okay? Whether it's inability to lose weight, bad periods, infertility, trouble sleeping, low energy, any of that. We're going to talk about that. The first of 3 areas is toxins. So toxins come in the form of biotoxins. These are living things that can live in your body and suck the life out of you, literally. Mold, fungus, parasites, viruses, bacteria. Mold can come in your coffee. It can be in your food. It can be in your environment. And then they produce their own toxins called mycotoxins. These are easily inhaled, and then they move into the bloodstream, and then they move into the fat. And then they recirculate, creating lots of collateral damage. One thing being attaching to your insulin receptors. Another thing being attaching to your leptin receptors. So what does that mean for you when it comes to weight loss? It means that your body doesn't know if you're hungry or not because these biotoxins are disrupting your leptin receptors. That's what tells you whether or not you're hungry or not. Or your insulin, like as long as insulin is up, your body is going to hold on and to store fat. So it's disrupting different hormonal systems within your body. Also creating direct alterations to your genes, your menstrual cycle, creating low testosterone. So that's going to be things like low libido and things like that. And also affecting fertility as well. So it really can mess up your menstrual cycles a lot. And then when you get to environmental toxins, those are chemicals, heavy metals, radiation, pollution. But let's talk about some of these chemicals that are in food, pesticides, cleaning products. These are endocrine disruptors. So what that means is it disrupts your hormones. Again, so parabens, they are associated with insulin resistance and PCOS. 90% of the grocery items in the grocery store have parabens in them. And it's because they have this antimicrobial preservative quality about it, which is nice. It allows things to be preserved, but we don't want that in our bodies. A study recently came out that the average person consumes 5 grams of microparticles of plastic a week. That is equivalent to a credit card. And the issue with this is that these endocrine disruptors, they're related to things like breast cancer, estrogens. And what happens here is that that's all you need with estrogen and the mimicking of estrogen, what these things do, because they attach to estrogen receptors and create cell division. And that's all you need with cancer is one bad cell that multiplies over and over and over. And then no matter wherever it shows up in your body, if it's the breast, it's breast cancer. If it's for men, prostate, it's the prostate. If it's lungs, it's in the lung. But it was one bad cell that just kept replicating. So it's really important to look, to test, to see what's going on and how these biotoxins and environmental toxins are really disrupting your hormones and potentially creating even more damage within your body. So this is Adrienne. So Adrienne came in with brain fog, not able to really think clear, low energy, exhaustion, abnormal discharge. She didn't know what was going on. Like, is this normal? Is this not normal? Should I have this fluid coming from me? Is this yeast infection? Is this BV? I know I've been there before and wondering what was going on with my body. So she was wondering too. And then also she was bloated. So we were able to identify what was going on with her as far as her discharge. It wasn't yeast, and really teach her and show her like what's going on with your body, how to track your cycles, how to know, when there's good cervical fluid and when there's not. And also run the right labs on her to find out what's going on with her hormones. So she had estrogen, dominance as well as bad gut bacteria. And what I love, there's a couple things that I love about her testimonial. One being that she says, I no longer look pregnant when I'm not. So how many of you guys would appreciate some of that? How many of you guys right now, you look pregnant and you're not pregnant and you don't want to feel that way anymore? Yeah, I see those hands flying up. Absolutely, it's very uncomfortable. But when we test, we don't guess, we find out exactly what's going on inside of your body, we're able to eliminate those issues. And then the last thing that she says in her testimonial, which I love, she says, and I have the energy to play with my kids. And that is so important. There are people in our lives that really count on us to really be able to show up, to be present, to have energy at the end of the day, after we've given all we have to our clients or our employer, and be present with them. So that's huge. So I want to give you guys a few take homes. The first being Epsom salt baths. Now, Epsom salt baths are great. I love a good bath in general, nice warm bath. There's not another feeling on earth than just getting into a nice warm bath. What you can do is you can add Epsom salt to that bath, and that helps improve and open up detoxification pathways within your body. You can also add in baking soda, like a cup of baking soda, some other Himalayan sea salts or just different sea salts, and even some essential oils. And that can be really nice to improve detoxification with your body, because part of that is sweaty, And then the other thing is morning lemon water. So this was a great thing to add into your routine. That's all you do is take some warm water and like a glass of water, and you squeeze half a lemon in there, and then you drink that first thing in the morning. That does a lot for your body. It really gets things open and moving. as well as like a good like energy booster too in the morning. So morning lemon water is great. All right, so we're going to move into number 2 of 3 of underlying causes of why your hormones are out of whack. All right. So our cells need proper neural firing, oxygen, and nutrients. Okay. So starting over here with nervous system. Okay. So I have this on here because posture, they say sitting is the new smoking. Okay. It's really bad on our bodies. It's bad on our spine. And the reason why is because 1, we were created to move. But 2, your brain is protected by your skull, but your brain, a continuation of your brain is your spinal cord, and your spinal cord is protected by your spine. And out from there leaves out all the nerves in your body. So you got your brain, your spinal cord, and then all the nerves that leave out. And that goes to, the nerves that control your ability to lift your hand, the nerves that control your ability to move your big toe, your heart beating, your lungs moving. It's all controlled through your nervous system. So what can happen is you have your spine, you got misalignments in your spine, and that puts pressure on those nerves and it decreases the communication from the brain to wherever that nerve is going. The next thing I have on here is sleep. So you need it. So I'm not going to harp on it, but you know that you need it. And some of you may not be sleeping because your hormones are out of whack. And we really need to talk about that. We need to deal with that. Some of you guys are tired all day and then wired in the evening, like got a little insomnia, can't go to sleep, can't relax, surfing the internet. That's your adrenals, and that's cortisol pumping out at a time of day when it should not. And then some of you don't even have enough cortisol to get you up and going during the day, and you're dragging all day long, or you need coffee and things like that to get through your day and then still just passing out at night. So sleep is really important, but addressing the underlying causes of why you're not able to sleep well, or you don't have the energy that you want, addressing that is even more important. Micronutrients. So this is important. So vitamins, minerals, amino acids, antioxidants, like what are your levels? Where's your body at? Especially for those of you that are wanting to get pregnant or struggling with fertility. I mean, knowing where all your micronutrients are is really, really important information. It's priceless. And just in general for immune system. So when COVID came around or came and went or whatever happened, when these viruses appear in the world, it's important to know what your nutrient status is. So for myself and my clients, we were able to test and knew, like, are you deficient in vitamin C? Do you have enough vitamin D? Are your antioxidants like glutathione and CoQ10? What are your levels there? Do we need a boost in these areas or not? Like, if there was no guessing done, we just knew. So super important. And then oxygen. So let's talk about this a bit. So some of you guys just aren't breathing really, really tight. Shoulders tight, you're just not breathing throughout the day. So we're going to take a moment and we're just going to breathe, okay? Just a couple moments, we're going to breathe together, okay? So I just want you to take a nice deep breath in, and I want you to take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then release for 4 seconds, okay? It's called box breathing. So just deep breath in, hold, and then release. And you can just blow it out too, just like whatever happened today. Take another deep breath in, hold, and then release. We're going to do that one more time, okay? Deep breath in, hold, and then release. Breathing is really, really important. It's important for your hormones. It's important for the cells within your body. And you want to make sure to breathe like deep belly breathes. Like, this is the time you want your belly to expand, okay? Where you're taking a deep breath in, it's filling your chest and your belly, and you're able to just relax, okay? It can really help bring down stress. It can help decrease that cortisol pumping through the body, that that stress hormone. And sometimes, just set an alarm on your phone, every couple hours, just take a few moments to just breathe. The last point that I have on this slide is fitness. All right, so don't get worried. I'm not going to tell you to go. You need to start training for a 5K or marathon, or go do some crazy boot camp. I know some of you guys are doing some boot camps right now, and it's too much for your body. Okay, so depending on what's going on, like with your adrenal glands, if you've got things going on with your adrenal glands, the last thing you want to be doing is a boot camp. The last thing you want to do is high intensity exercise. What you really want to do is just a nice long walk, because more than that is just too much on your body. Okay, you're causing more harm than good. If you have low testosterone, good thing to do is to lift weights, focusing on the bigger muscle groups in the body, like the quads and the glutes and things like that, those lower body big muscles there. Depending on what's going on with estrogen levels, thyroid, different things, you want to do different types of exercise. It's important to really do the right type of exercise, because I know for me, I don't have time to be in the gym doing things that are not going to be effective for me. So here we go. Toxins and deficiencies. Those are the two areas that we've talked about. We've got one more after this that we're going to cover, okay? But this is toxins and deficiencies, and what this creates in your body is inflammation, okay? Inflammation, free radicals, oxidative stress, epigenetics. Just think inflammation. Creates inflammation in your body. It's an inflammatory response now happening because of toxins and deficiencies. And what this does is it disrupts your endocrine system, which is your hormones, your neurology, and your immune system, okay? And ultimately, what ends up getting affected is your brain, your gut, and your liver, okay? Those are the major players that we've got to look at and see what's going on there, because ultimately your hormones are affected, okay? So if your adrenal glands, your stress hormones, those are in overdrive, what that's going to do is it's going to cause your thyroid to produce a hormone called reverse T3, which then affects your thyroid. And it's also going to affect your ovaries, because it's something called a pregnenolone still, where your body's going to stop producing the progesterone that it needs, which is totally going to disrupt your cycles. For those of you wanting to get pregnant, you're not going to be able to get pregnant, maintain a pregnancy, different things like that. And then also the other hormone area that's affected is insulin. So as long as insulin is up, you're storing fat, okay? And then you end up with symptoms over here, like inability to lose weight, bad periods, moodiness, skin issues, bloating, migraines, headaches, all of these different things. But we've got to back it up. See what's been going on back here. We're not just going to come put a Band-Aid on these things. These are the check engine lights going off on your body, the reason why you're here tonight, the reason why you showed up tonight. So we want to back up and find out what's going on in the rest of the body and what kind of created this cascade of events, starting with toxins and deficiencies. All right, so we're going to keep moving along, and we're going to hit this third area, okay? This is Veronica. So after the birth of her daughter, she was really struggling with her mood, low energy. Some days she couldn't even get out of bed, and she went to other doctors and didn't feel listened to. And the main thing that was going on with her was adrenals were completely shot, and she had some abnormal gut bacteria, some things going on there as well. And we were able to check them, test the things that need to be tested. I'm a big advocate of test, don't guess. Let's find out exactly what's going on inside of your body and resolve those issues. And for her, what I love about her testimony is a few things. She said, Dr. Alicia helped me to get back to feeling like myself again. That I know that's the way that I felt when I finally felt better again. Like, oh, I feel like myself again. Yes, thank you. She also says that she finally has her energy back, so she's able to get more done in less time now. And then also what I love about her testimonial is my husband and kids thank her too, because I'm no longer irritable and snappy. So how many of you have a few people in your life that would appreciate if you were a little less irritable? Y'all raised your hand before I even asked the question. Absolutely. There's people in your life that would appreciate if you're a little less irritable, a little less snappy, and a little more patient. But I understand that it is hard when your hormones are not operating the way that they should and your hormones are out of whack. It's hard. There's things going on inside of your body that causes you to snap a little quicker. and to be a little less patient. And we have to address those things and find out what's going on inside of our bodies so the people around us and in our lives can enjoy having us in their lives. Very important. All right, so we're going to hit this last area here, okay? It's mindset. It's super important. And I love psychology. So this is where my bachelor's degree is. And I also just love understanding the human mind and relationships. So the reason why this is important is because stress weakens your immune system. It overactivates your adrenal glands and it disrupts your hormones, okay? So spiritually, do you have a community around you of people that can gather around you, that can encourage you, that can pick up the phone and remind you that all things are working out for your good, that your steps are ordered, that the circumstances that are happening in your life, like no matter what, there is peace that surpasses all understanding that is available to you? Do you have people in your life that are able to encourage you in that space spiritually for yourself? Do you have your own personal relationship with your higher power? For me, that's God, to allow God to come in and for me to come in alignment with his will. Very, very important for me in reducing my psychological stress in my life. Emotionally. So emotionally and relationally, these tie in here very much so. So emotionally, there's traumas and triggers. And some of you guys have had traumatic things happen. And there's been things sometimes not even traumatic. There's just things that happened in the past. They call it baggage, things that have happened in the past. And currently, whoever you're with, whether it's the boss or a significant other or somebody, you know, mother, thing, you get triggered, you know, and now you're dealing with the person in front of you, but you've got all this stuff in the past that hasn't been dealt with. So you're kind of like dealing with this person through the perspective of things that have happened in the past. And for me, it was a bad marriage. So I had to deal with my part. And I had my whole rap sheet. He's done this, he's done that, he's done all these awful things. And I could get all kinds of people to co-sign and agree with me that he is wrong. And someone came along and said, but you got to deal with your 3%. Like, you don't even, Alicia, you don't have to take 50%, okay? He's got at least 80 over here, but you got to deal with your part, whether that's 3%, 20%, 50%. You got to deal with your part, because for me, if I didn't, then that's all I would do is go out and co-create the same toxic dynamics that were there in the first place, and or with the new man, or pick the same type of man again, because I wouldn't be learning. So I had to learn to set boundaries, speak up for myself, say what I needed so that I could really manifest the wonderful husband that I have now. And I had to go back and recreate a better relationship with my former spouse so that there could be healthy dynamics for our kids and really be able to leave that relationship in the past. So it's nothing, I don't carry that with me. I don't carry that with me at all. Because, and the other thing to point out too, is that it wasn't all him. There were men before him. There were other relationships before him, and there was trauma and things that happened way before he came along. And I had to heal from all of that. And some of you are struggling from past hangups because maybe you slept with a married man, or you ran up credit cards, or you had a baby out of wedlock, or maybe you don't have any problems at all. But either way, you can become healthy and you can overcome it. Relationally here, family. Do you have supportive family, friends, significant other? These are really important things as far as decreasing the psychological stress in life. And even more so, I know that I was raised in a family in a way that that's your cousin, that's your auntie, that's so-and-so, and we got to keep them in your life. Like, no matter what they do, no matter how harmful it's been, like, we're just supposed to forgive and forget. I get that to a certain extent, but then there comes a point in life where we have to heal. Okay. And there may be a point for some of you where you need to create some space and some distance from some people in your life that are really bringing some toxic energy into your environment. And that space may be for a little bit of time, or it may be forever, but you have to hit a point that it's like, it's my time to heal. It's my time to take care of myself. And I'm not able to do that with this person here in my life here. I love you. But it's okay for you to be able to take care of yourself. And we kind of have to start setting up those boundaries there. And then the last thing here is work. So some of you have jobs that it's time to leave, and you need to create your escape plan. Do it responsibly, but it's time to leave because you have passions that you want to fulfill. You have goals. You have other things beyond what you're doing right now in your current work position that you want to fulfill and I know for me, my health was a big part of that. Like I needed to get my health in order so that I could step further into my passions and to my calling and have the energy to show up and to do these things. So very, very important to look at these things. And I get really passionate about it because stress is really something, our mental health is something really important to look at. According to New York's American Institute of Stress, 90% of all American adults experience high levels of stress 1 to 2 times a week in a quarter. So 1 in 4 of all American adults are subject to crushing levels of stress nearly every single day. And this results in unhealthy coping patterns, going for the sugar, the carbs, the caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, drugs, overspending, overworking, procrastination. There seems to be no end to the unhealthy ways that people can cope. And these only add to the problem. Remember, stress weakens your immune system. So I've added this here. Toxins, deficiencies, and stress create inflammation in the body that disrupts your nervous system, your hormones, and your immune system. The major players here, your brain, gut, and liver. And then these are the hormonal areas affected. And then you end up with the symptoms again. The fatigue, lack of energy, bad periods, no periods at all, brain fog, low libido. And then some of you guys have headed over here where you actually have a diagnosis now. So you're at a place where you have been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, food allergies, PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, infertility, cancer, autoimmune, diabetes, all of these things. So let me just let you know, a disease is just a label given to a bunch of symptoms. And now what they can do is give a drug for it. They can also bill insurance for it. And that's why it is. It's just a bunch of symptoms here. But these symptoms, we got to back it up. How did you get to the symptoms? Like, we can't just come over here and start giving drugs to people. And that's what they do. So guess what normally happens when you get to this disease stage? It's a one-size-fits-all approach. PCOS, they're going to give you metformin or the pill, heavy periods, the pill, depression, medication, anxiety, medication, diabetes, medication, fibroids, they're going to offer you a surgery. And then when the fibroids come back, they're going to give you another surgery. And then when it keeps coming back, they're going to say, well, let's just take out your uterus. When in the beginning, they could have backed up and seen what's going on with this person's adrenal glands, their thyroid, what kind of hormones are being pumped through their body. And even more so, why is this happening? Are there toxins that are disrupting their endocrine system? Are they lacking micronutrients? Do they have stress that's affecting their adrenal glands? This in medicine, this right here, these stressors are called an allostatic load, okay? That's the medical term for it, it's a load. So think about it as, here you are, you're climbing up a mountain and someone comes along and you got this book bag on your back, climbing up the mountain, you're hiking, and then they go ahead and put some mycotoxins in there, some mold. They go ahead and put some parasites in there, go ahead and put some toxins, some endocrine disruptors, some parabens in there. Go ahead and put in that toxic relationship that you're in. You don't have enough vitamin D, your iron levels are already low. Putting all of these, each one is just like a boulder being put into your book bag. And it becomes harder and harder for your body to function, for you to climb this mountain, for you to do what you need to do. And what I do is I come along and I help people remove these different boulders and rocks from their book bag and address these issues from the root cause and remove them so that you can be free to live, free to enjoy your family, free to go after your passions by going and addressing the root cause. There's no need to be over here passing out Band-Aids and drugs and all of these things that are just covering up. That's why I have, instead of it saying disease, I put a dash right there, dis-ease. Your body is no longer in ease, okay? It's out of alignment with really the way that God created it to be. So we've got to address these issues by going all the way back to toxins, deficiencies, and stress and addressing those issues. I'm extremely passionate about this. I know I'm a hormone doctor, but this is something I evaluate on all of my clients, especially when it comes to cardiac risk factors and things like that. Because for me, my grandparents, my friends, my aunties, my uncles, the people in my life, they're here one day and then they're gone the next. And they leave us too soon and they're dying of these different diseases that are very highly lifestyle related. 50% of the time, the first sign of the heart attack is the heart attack. So half the time, the first sign is the heart attack. The other half of the time, the other 50% of the time, there's these beginning signs. That's literally the medical term for it. Beginnings or early signs and symptoms of the heart attack. So 50% of the time, there's something going on, that check engine light going off in the car, in the body, symptoms letting you know there's something wrong 50% of the time. But let me just back up with this statistic in the first place. 50% of the time, the first sign of the heart attack is the heart attack, but 50% of the time, the person dies. So there isn't like a second chance to go back and address these issues. So very, very important, because heart disease has been shown to start in our youth 20 to 40 years before it's diagnosed. Cancer has been shown to start 15 to 20 years before it's diagnosed. Alzheimer's has been shown to start 30 to 50 years before it's diagnosed. Diabetes can start as pre-diabetes years before it's diagnosed. Right now, 88 million Americans, 1 in 3 American adults have pre-diabetes, and 84% of them don't even know that they have it. 2,300 people will die from heart, or 2,300 people die from heart disease every day. That's one person every 38 seconds. I started this webinar 46 minutes ago. So that is, don't make me do math. That's like 92 people or 90-ish people. I did 30 seconds, but you get what I'm saying. That is people. Those are people's lives. And right now, 1 in 4 kids ages 17 to 24 are too obese to join the United States military. And what really makes me upset about this is that according to Medicare, so Medicare, let me explain to you, Cigna, Aetna, United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, TRICARE, any kind of state insurance, any other insurance, doesn't matter who it is. Medicare sets the guidelines for everyone's, okay? So whether you have Medicare or you have someone else, these are the same these are the same rules that they follow. So this is what the rule is with your insurance. A treatment plan that seeks to prevent disease, promote health, and prolong and enhance the quality of life, or therapy that is performed to maintain or prevent deterioration of a chronic medical condition, so the ones we just listed, is deemed not medically necessary. So let me read that first part again, though. A treatment plan that seeks to prevent disease, promote health, and prolong and enhance the quality of your life is deemed not medically necessary. That's crazy. And some of you guys are going to ask me at the end of this webinar, do you take insurance? Insurance doesn't cover what I do, okay? Because I'm dealing with the root cause of the issues in your life and helping you to prevent disease and to prolong your life and to promote health, okay? 1 in 2 Americans will be diagnosed with cancer. 1 in 3 will die from it. And still, their out-of-pocket expense will average $150,000. Medical bills are the #1 reason for bankruptcy. And 75% of the time, the people that file for that reason have health insurance. So even when they are covering whatever is going on, like you would think they should, they're still not, okay? Because it's a business and they're in bed with the pharmaceutical companies, and everybody's here not to have you healthy, because if we can get you on one drug for the rest of your life, which never is the case, you need 1 and then you need 2 and then you need 3 and 4. And if we can get you on those for the rest of your life and you're having to take that, that's great residual income for someone else. And it's awful, because if drugs really worked, you wouldn't have to take them forever. All right, so we're gonna go over a few stress busters. I know personally I get a little riled up about that section I just went over. But remember, stress weakens your immune system and it sends your adrenals glands into overdrive and it disrupts your hormones, okay? So super important that you're implementing stress busting techniques into your life every day. So what I want you to do is put in the chat, and before you put it in the chat, I want you to make sure that your chats are coming to everyone. So Nicole, I see you keep sending messages here. I just opened it up, and Kaydon, some people in here. Nicole, you've been saying all kinds of things in here. Make sure you're saying it to everyone, okay, Nicole? Next time you put it in there, make sure that you click the blue button and it goes to everyone instead of just host and panelists. And I see everybody else walk in here too, okay? But Nicole, she's saying a whole lot here. So I just want everybody else to see what you see, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go through this list. Go ahead and put in the chat box what one thing, just pick one thing from here that you're going to implement into your life this week. Okay. So meditation is a wonderful practice, whether you call it meditation or devotions or prayer or visualizations. It's a really great time to just really be able to sit back, calm your heart, calm your mind, allow light and love to come in and to really receive peace and just some stillness for a period of time. Very wonderful thing to do. I always struggled with implementing this into my life. And ever since while I was a kid, I was like trying to do my devotions in the morning and I could never get them done. You know, I could never create this habit. And then I read a book by James Clear called Atomic Habits. And very good book, talks about how you can basically break bad habits and create new habits within your life. And one thing that I love from the book, it's called habit stacking. And so what I do to implement this habit of meditation in my life is you take one good habit that you have or one consistent habit. Don't have to call it good or bad. And what you do, my habit is in the morning, I wake up and I roll over. My bad habit was I roll over and I grab my phone. So what I do with that to break that bad habit, you put space between you and the bad habit. So in this case, plug my phone up across the room instead of having it by my bed, which is better for me anyways. So my phone isn't the first thing that I wake up and then now I'm working and doing things like that. Break that bad habit. You got cookies in the house, put them somewhere else, you know, things like that. So what I do instead is I habit stack and create good habits. So my habit is I wake up in the morning and I roll over. And now what I do is I grab my planner. And I grab my planner because inside my planner, I have my vision board, which has my family, all my goals in here. It has all these questions I ask myself. What am I excited about in life right now? What am I committed to in life right now? Whom do I love? What are my 5 most important goals? And it really just recalibrates me every morning to my goals, to my life. I'm able to meditate, pray, and really create that habit for myself just by habit stacking. And then from there, I go work out in the morning. So those are my habits that I do and just creating habits that like just take one habit and then just start stacking. And sometimes even I might have to wake up and use the bathroom right away, but I make sure that I grab this so then I know, okay, it's in my hand. I've got to go ahead and do this. Setting boundaries. That's the next area here. So you've got to learn to exercise that muscle of boundaries, okay? You get to say how your time, your energy, your resources, and your life will be used. There will always be someone else pulling on you. And you have to give yourself permission to make your goals and your priorities a priority. No one else is going to come along and give you that permission. And if you need somebody to come along and give you that permission, I'm going to give you that permission tonight, because you have to learn to be okay with not making others happy all the time. Your responsibility is to your health, your family, and your goals. It cannot be to make someone else happy. Getting your health in order is what will really allow you to better adapt and handle stress. Some of you simply cannot handle stress, not because you're weak, but because your hormones are out of whack. And we've got to talk about that and find out what's going on there. The other thing that I have here is delegation. So one thing that I do every morning is I look at my to-do list, and then I ask myself, where can I ask for help? And that used to be a hard question for me to ask myself, because I've always been very independent. I can get things done. I can probably do it better than most and get it done well. Like I know if I do it, at least it's going to get done right. But that's stressful. That puts a lot on my plate. So really asking others for help and allowing others to be able to come in and support me and to allow that trust in other people has been really helpful in decreasing stress. And then get in your lane. Comparison is the thief of joy. So when we compare ourselves to other people, whether it's on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and all those things, people just post the glitz and glam and everything good in their life, it can really create a lot of negative energy within us. And then it just creates more negative energy, and it really takes us off from our focus, and it moves us out of alignment with ourselves, and we give away our power when we do that. So it's really important to get in alignment with yourself and be very clear with your God-given purpose and where you are. and feel good. There was a way that I heard the parable of the guys with the talents in the Bible the other day, where there was the one that had the one talent and he didn't do anything with it, and the one had the 4 and the 5, or maybe getting the numbers wrong. But basically, they both came back with double, which was 100-fold. And even though one came back with way more, they doubled what they came back with. So you never know what other people are starting with. It's just making sure that we are using our gifts and our talents and for who it's called for. And then my last thing I have here is have fun. So some of you guys are just too tired to go out and do the things that you enjoy and really spend quality time with the people you love. And if that's the case, you really got to schedule a call with me so we can get you feeling good. But you got to get out there and have fun. Like, there are so many people in our lives that love us and they depend on us and want to enjoy the time that we have together. Like, we didn't have kids and we don't have significant others, and these people in our lives, parents that are aging, that they want to enjoy us. So getting out, having fun with the people in our lives can really help decrease the stress in our lives. So what did you guys pick here? Meditation, building powerful habits. Carrie, you say you love that book. Setting boundaries, meditation, set boundaries, walking, meditation, have fun, walking, meditation. I love this. Journaling, meditation is the easiest at the moment. All right, Alexia. Meditation, nutrition, meditation and walking your dog for stress. Kendria, I love this. Stephanie, oh yeah, now I'm back up where you end up taking the pill and it creates all other issues. So I'll go back through those comments. But Cleo, set boundaries, stay in your lane. Alexia, meditate and have fun. I love it. So how many of you found this content valuable? Yes, thank you. Thank you. I see those hands going up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I see you in the chat as well. Thank you. Thank you. To be honest, an hour isn't nearly enough time to give you everything that you need to transform your life. I haven't even begun to talk to you about the breakdown of your cycles, what kinds of food you should eat with your cycles or your cervical fluid, or what's normal, what's not. I haven't gone into depth about setting boundaries and delegating things in your life, removing toxins from your home, or just 5 easy steps to reading labels at the grocery store. But let me ask you a question. How many of you would be interested in addressing your hormonal issues for good? Awesome. Awesome. I see those hands. Absolutely. Well, you came to this webinar looking for a solution, which is why I created a comprehensive solution to really help you gain progress and momentum towards getting your health and your life back. I'd like to tell you about it. Is that okay? Yep. So here it is. It's my discovery call. It's really my initial consultation. Okay. So if you want to lose weight, balance your hormones, have more energy, resolve digestion issues, if you have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, fertility issues, already had a hysterectomy, still experiencing awful symptoms, then your next step is to schedule a call with me. So what's included with that? It's an hour and 15 minutes that you and I will meet together, okay? So it's not this quick, go into the doctor's office where you got like 5 minutes to try to explain what's going on and you're just brushed off. It's an hour and 15 minutes. It includes a questionnaire, consultation. We're going to go deep into your detailed health history, lifestyle, and nutritional review. We're going to do a root cause analysis. So we're going to look at all the different systems within your body and see what are the main areas that need to be looked at for you. Lab recommendations if needed. I'm a big advocate. Test, don't guess. Let's find out exactly what's going on inside of your body and resolve those issues without the use of drugs or surgery. And then if you've had any recent labs, I'll review those too. So I'll interpret those labs, explain them to you, what everything means on those, okay? Because I know a lot of times you got lab work and they just tell you it's normal, or, don't really give you much explanation. We'll review expectations for improvement and any kind of personalized program recommendations. The investment for a discovery call with me, initial consultation, is normally $525. Today, also included with your initial consultation are some bonuses. So hormone starter kit, which is going to give you several quick tips to get you going, hormone boosting recipes that you'll want to use again and again, and then a meditation audio that I personally created. I love it. Lots of people love it. And it's really created for you to be able to listen to just over like a 5-minute period and really be able to gain confidence, clarity, and calmness. All right. So all of that's included. And today, my offer during this webinar is, instead of it being $525, it is only $197. So I have very limited space available. I'm able to accept 4 people at this amount here. So go ahead and sign up. My team will put the link in the chat at some point. But I want you to think about, if I could customize a solution and a strategy moving forward, could this potentially save you thousands of dollars in the long run if you end up getting one of those serious diseases? Many people spend tens of thousands of dollars on G-Wagons and Teslas and Hondas and Toyotas, and I really don't care what you drive. But what I do care about is your investment into your health. And health is what allows us to be able to enjoy that vehicle, to enjoy our time with our family, to enjoy that new house or that vacation. And so it's really important to know for us to know exactly what's going on inside of our bodies, and really work with doctors who have our best interests in mind and really help us avoid failure and save money by bypassing mistakes. Listen, I don't want you to keep making the same mistakes again and again, starting a program, fingers crossed that it will work, then it doesn't. Or you quit because it's too hard, or worse yet, it's just not designed to fit your lifestyle and what your body needs in the first place. So I'm here for you so that you can avoid failure and hit your goals faster. So do not leave an avenue uncharted that may have changed everything. So this is an investment in yourself. The goals of the call is identify the root cause and barriers to health, create a personalized plan that will work, help you avoid the trap of chronic illnesses. So those illnesses that we talked about, that heart disease, that cancer, the diabetes, Alzheimer's, to avoid that trap. Offer drug-free solutions that work and really give you your life back, give you hope, and give you clarity. You reap what you sow, and when you invest in your health, money comes back to you. When you increase your energy, you increase your productivity. When you increase your productivity, you increase your performance. When you increase your performance, you increase your income generating possibility. The money ends up coming back to you, not only in what you are able to produce, but also in what you're able to prevent. So think about all the money you're going to save by not getting these diseases and disorders, or by simply getting rid of them. So I want you to look at your life 1 year from now. What would have to happen in your life, both professionally and personally, for you to look back and be happy with the progress? What dangers do you have now that need to be eliminated? What opportunities do you need to capture? What strengths do you need to capitalize on? I got a question. What are you not doing now because you simply don't feel well? You want to be more advanced in your career or business, a better mother, a better partner. You want to be making more money, have more impact in the world. You want to have more mental clarity, more focus, more energy, living in your purpose, feeling good in your clothes, not being held back by your health challenges, but rather liberated to do more, to help more, and to really have more freedom.
So I was blessed to have the opportunity to be coached by Dr. Alicia Newsom. And it was at a time in my life where I didn't even realize I needed coaching. I didn't even realize I was that far off from my goal. I didn't even realize, and because of that, I didn't have a plan on how to get there. And I always tell her that she changed my life because she made me think different in the area of finances. She made me see life much differently, and she made me understand that I could get to where I desired to be, because she was able to share a story of progression. She was able to say, Nikki, I was there where you are, and this is where I am today, and you can do it too, and this is how you're going to do it. I love that she was able to helped me understand that what I wanted to do was doable. And not only did she do that, she also gave me the tools that I needed to reach what I would call a place of success. I'm honored to have been coached by her, and to continue to be coached by her. She's a wealth of knowledge, not only in the area of finances, but in the area of relationships, in the area of holistic wellness. She's been such a blessing to me in my life. And I suggest if you are looking for a coach, and you're like me, you want someone who can show progression. You want someone who can say, listen, I was there and I got here, and this is how I do it, and you're gonna do it too, and here are the tools to be able to do it. Dr. Alicia Newsom is your person. She's your coach if that's what you're looking for. Someone genuine, someone who has been there, someone who has done that, and someone who does not mind sharing what she did to get to where she needs to be. Dr. Alicia Newsom, look no further. She's going to be a blessing to you.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. I appreciate it so much. Her testimonial, and I see you guys signing up too. So I'll be looking forward to working with you. And yes, someone had put in the chat, does HSA cover this? Yes. So that is one thing. HSA, FSA, those are all things that we're able to accept. So you can use your card and you'll receive the receipt and everything like that, which you'll need for the reimbursement or if they ask for anything. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. So this is what you do. So some of you guys have already done it and signed up. So awesome. That's all you do is you come over here, you enter in your information, and then you just click here to sign up. And then it's going to bring you to another page where it's going to be my scheduling page here. If you don't see any immediate pinks, you just hit the button over. I guess I clicked over, but you hit the next button, just find where one of the pink ones are, pick a time that works for you, okay? And then you're going to also receive your hormone starter kit, the guided meditation, and the hormone boosting recipes. Okay, so you're going to receive all of those bonuses as well. And then you'll have access to the portal where you can upload any recent labs and things like that. So I see you guys are still scheduling here. My phone's going off. So I'm excited for you guys. I believe your income and legacy on this earth are directly impacted by your mind and your body performance and your vitality. So for me, I hit this pivotal point in my life where I had like disgust for the current healthcare system or lack thereof, and healthcare providers not really taking the time needed to listen and to get to the root cause of health issues, not even know how to look at labs and know what to do with them besides just offer a medication or tell me that I'm okay, you're fine. It's in your head. I'm on a mission to transform the lives of as many women as I can so that you can become free of your health issues and truly understand your body and really be freed up to go out into the world to give, to serve, to love the people in your life, to truly be able to show up in life, to feel alive. It is so important to me that you are educated and know the truth and be empowered in your health, because I want you to be healthy, wealthy, and powerful. So if you are in a place of being done and you are ready for a change, your next step is to schedule a call with me. I want you to avoid unnecessary surgeries and problems and really avoid the side effects of drugs and all those chronic diseases that we talked about as well. You don't want to make the mistake that so many others have done by working with that one size fits all symptom-based approach, Band-Aids. I want you to avoid the disappointment and the costly mistakes that others have made and really be able to find out exactly what's going on inside of your body, to sidestep failure and really be able to receive the guidance that you need. So just imagine with me, imagine what your life will be like when you have more mental clarity and focus and you're able to get more done in less time. Your hormone imbalances are no longer an issue. You're more creative, more innovative. At the end of the day, you still have energy to work out, play with your kids, or enjoy your hobbies. Imagine having the health to be a better leader, a better friend, a better parent, or a spouse, because the people in your life can count on you. The people that matter most can count on you. Imagine being an example to your family and your friends of what health really looks like. Imagine what life looks like when you go in your closet and you pick out your favorite outfit and you put it on and you feel good. Imagine just being more confident to start dating again or go out and date the one that you're with, have energy at the end of the day. Imagine when you look in the mirror, your skin's cleared up, you feel good about what's going on with your hair, your skin, your nails, you feel balanced emotionally, you're getting rest. You have more peace in your life, you're more productive, you're making more money, more successful, admired by your peers, and just even more of a leader. That's what I want for you. We can agree that you're experiencing hormonal imbalances. We can also agree that you want to know the root cause and get to what's going on with your health and resolve those issues. And you just want to wake up, feel great, and have more energy and mental clarity and focus. And if that's you, then sign up. You have absolutely nothing to lose. So you can definitely do nothing and still be in the same place next year. You can take medication to mask the symptoms, put on Band-Aids and stickers, or you can get to the root cause. Receive a customized solution and strategy that will totally transform your life. So this is everything that's included in the discovery call here. I started coaching because a friend of mine came to me and asked me to do it. I told her I wasn't taking clients and I was really just focused on my other consulting businesses. And I offered to refer her to a colleague of mine. She said, no, I'll wait, you can do this. And I could have stayed my track and kept focusing on my corporate clients or my other business and commercial real estate. But instead, I am here because this is absolutely the way that I must spend my life. I am here and I'm on a mission to create space where women can ask questions, get answers, and truly understand their bodies and the information that they're learning. I personally cannot remain silent as we are fed misinformation all the time. And I must help as many women as possible. Every single month, we give birth to something powerful. Our cycles, our hormones, our bodies, they're all powerful tools that God gave us. Healthy women build healthy families and communities, and we are the leaders, and we are the ones that our families and our friends depend on, and we must take care of ourselves. I am here to help you with that, and I am totally committed to your breakthrough in your health and you achieving long-term sustainable results. I'm also committed to you creating a life that you absolutely love. So this is what's included today in the offer. There's the discovery call. It's normally $525. Today it is $197. And also for all webinar attendees, there's the Heal Your Body Blueprint, which will drop in the chat as well. That's for everyone. It's a nice kind of ebook that I created that goes over like thyroid. That's a major player with our health and our hormones, and just different action steps and things to do with that. So it's a good read. And that's included for everyone. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I see there are several people signing up here. So I am very, very excited. We see people clicking on the link, going through the process. My phone sends a notification at any time someone books with me. So I'm excited to be working with you all. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you for investing in yourself. And just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do what I love. Thank you for allowing me to teach. Thank you for allowing me to share my passions and my knowledge. Thank you. Oh, I'll make sure I say it. You correct me. Is it Kanisha? I think I may have said it right. No, how do I wish I could hear you, but you signed up, so we'll be talking soon, okay? Kanesia, is it Kanesia? Oh, it is, it's Kanesia. Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, I got it now. All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Kanesia and Alicia. All right, I can remember that. All right, so Stephanie, you signed up as well. Oh, I'm excited for you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, I'm so looking forward to working with you, and I'm so looking forward to being a part of your health journey and really helping to change your life. I am so passionate about what I do, so I love it. All right, so I'm going to check this chat, the Q&A over here, and see what type of questions you guys have for me, okay? So let's see. Joanna. It's kind of long. Give me 1 second. And I don't mind any long questions. Just give me a second to read it. I don't want to miss anything here. Okay. I am so sorry, Joanna, for everything that you have dealt with. Oh my goodness. They did 2 DNCs. So you've had the 2 miscarriages and then the 2 DNCs. Not sure if it's hormones or genetics. They checked your genetics and you came back good. Not along, they did a yeah, I'm sorry, that can really create some heavy periods there. Or if I was dry or, well, like lack of lubrication and things like that really shouldn't create a heavy period. For the surgery or my cervix right now. Okay. I'm so sorry, Joanna. And sometimes with miscarriages, it's so hard because it's like we don't have the answers. I know with the 2 specific things like the hydrops and the cystic hygroma, oftentimes those are chromosomal genetic things, which I'm sure you know, with the baby. But since they're saying that it's not, have you and your husband or partner, have you guys both had the genetics checked to see if it's anything coming together there wise? That would be really important to know there. And then let's see, you said I got pregnant a lot this year too. Okay, so 3 years ago and this year. I'm so sorry. I know that it's very difficult to lose babies, especially when you're wanting to have them, and to lose 2 back to back with that. But it sounds like it's not, they've tested you for the genetics. So that may not be the thing. And then you said your periods are normal. So there may be something genetic going on. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for that. I know that there's several layers that go on with the genetic testing and things like that. I'm sorry, I couldn't give a better answer about what's going on there specifically. Let me see. So Carrie, I use the advanced labs that I use. There's some general blood work. So typically insurance will cover like a CBC, which is like your white blood cells, your red blood cells, and then how your white blood cells break down into like neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, all of those types of things. And then your CMP, which is your comprehensive metabolic panel, that's going to look at like your electrolytes. It's going to look at potassium, sodium. It's going to look at like albumin, ALT, AST, some different liver enzymes, and kidney markers, EGFR. Those are the ones that are usually covered by insurance. Oftentimes they'll also cover like glucose, A1C, cholesterol, things like that. The lab that I use, they don't accept insurance, but those tests in themselves, like that portion costs maybe $18 or something like that. Even cheaper if you were to go just to LabCorp or Sonora Quest or something like that. to pay out of pocket for that. Someone the other day had looked and it was like $200 for just those basic labs. But those are the ones that insurance does cover, and that's usually like the out of pocket one. There are other tests that I do, and that's often why with labs, a lot of people will go in and they're like, everything looks normal, but they're not looking everywhere to look. So I use, oh, okay. Okay, all right. So you, Carrie, thank you for putting that comment in there. That's exactly where I was going. Yeah, they come back normal because there's so many other places to look. There's so many other places to look, even just for basic things like diabetes and stuff. Like they don't look at fasting insulin. And that's how much insulin your body is needing to produce to keep your glucose levels normal. So for some people, their glucose normals might be normal, but then their insulin, they're about to be diabetic. Their insulin's having to pump out all of this insulin to keep that level normal. There's also like gut things, hormone testing, especially when you look at that in the saliva and urine, how that's metabolizing those cancer pathways that we talked about. All of those types of things just aren't places that they typically look. So absolutely, yes, we need to, you are right, Carrie. We need to dig much deeper to see what's going on, especially when you have symptoms going on, like there's something in the body that's happening. So good question. Let me see. I was told I need to ask to have my T3 and T4 tested and told, and your primary, so she told her primary she needs to have her T3 and T4 tested, and he laughed. So I guess he laughed, either he's arrogant and thinks that he knows everything and there's no reason to know that, or he laughs because he doesn't know why you would know that and maybe he giggled it off. It was probably the first, but I don't know, I wasn't there. So anyways, T3 and T4 absolutely need to be tested when you're looking at your thyroid, and specifically free T3 and free T4. Let me tell you why. So TSH is the one that they normally look at. They just look at TSH. TSH is thyroid stimulating hormone. It's produced by the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland tells the thyroid to produce T4. T4 needs to be converted into T3 so your body can use it for metabolism, for energy, for all of those really good things. And if that's not happening, the issue is really in the gut and liver, because that conversion from T4 to T3 happens in the gut and liver. But what can happen is your TSH can go really, really high because your body, like let's say you don't have enough T3 over here, your pituitary gland, so the TSH is going to start, hey, we need more T3 over here. So the way it's going to work is more TSH is needed. You know, TSH number is going to go up, but it's going up because we need more T3 over here. They're going to call you hypothyroid and put you on medication when the real issue is your gut and liver. And we need to deal with the gut and liver so the T4 that your body already has, and that's basically getting backed up over here, can convert into T3. So that's the reason behind that, but he may not have known that. So I'm sorry that he just laughed at that. Okay, let me try to get these questions. More are coming into the chat box. Annie, when am I doing this webinar again? I'm not sure. I have a fertility webinar that I'll do this month, and then I may do this one more time at the end of this month, or maybe in September when I do this webinar. Okay, Saneed, I see your question here to the host and panelists. Let's see. Okay, so basically heavy periods, harsh pain. The pain is so debilitating where you can't do anything but stay in the bed, or sometimes even go to the hospital. you've had surgery, had the ovary removed because there was a huge cyst on it. Doctor said, oh, this surgery should go ahead and change everything with the period pain. However, you still have heavy blood clotting, and still dealing with the same issue. Well, you still have another ovary. And then there's also, so there's certain things happening here. When you think about like heavy periods, fibroids, endometriosis, anything like that, we're thinking, okay, there's something going on with estrogens here, and excess estrogens. So estrogens can be created in the periphery of the body and also within our ovaries, but even more so, what's happening to that estrogen? Estrogen should just go up prior to ovulation. And then like if you're pregnant, you know, it will come up at the end of your period and then stay up if you're pregnant. But really it goes up and then it comes back down. So when it comes back down, it needs to be able to leave your body. So for some people, and especially anyone here in the room that has like ongoing kind of fluid discharge, like all the time, instead of just around ovulation, that's usually estrogen dominance issue. So your estrogen's up all the time. So then your body's constantly producing the cervical fluid. But back to your question, we've got to address why the estrogen dominance is happening. So that can happen for a few reasons. Your body may be reabsorbing estrogen in the gut. That's one place we can test and see if that's going on. The other thing is, how is your body metabolizing estrogen? So there's 3 different pathways that estrogen can be metabolized down: the 2-OH, 4-OH, and 16-OH pathway. And when we look at that, like the 16-OH pathway is going to deal with moodiness, it's going to deal with fibroids, all of those type of symptom-based things. So your body is actually metabolizing the estrogen in your body down a pathway to this pathway over here that we don't want it metabolizing down. So we got to move it over. Another thing that we can test for. There could be toxins in your body that are mimicking estrogens. That's another important area. And then the last thing is testosterone in your body could be converting to estrogens as well, creating excess estrogens. So really, I mean, removing an ovary, you know, was that ovary producing excess estrogen? You know, maybe, but clearly the problem's still there. So there's somewhere else in your body that's creating that hormonal imbalances, and we've got to test and find out what's going on there. I'm so sorry that you've been dealing with that. I know that it's very difficult and can be very debilitating. Okay, Carrie, I see what you're saying here. Yep, TSH was normal, so the doctor was probably really like, why would we test these? Because we want to know if there's something going on with the gut and liver and the conversion there. Okay, Akua, I hope I didn't butcher that. I want to have kids since 2019, and I got Akua, okay, so wanted to have kids since 2019, had an IUD, took out the IUD, but since then the period's been off. In addition to gaining weight, facial hair, and basically the doctor just told you had PCOS, didn't give you any medication till now, don't know what to do. Okay, so one thing I would say is schedule a call with me. The other thing is, let me explain a few things of this, okay, with you, okay? So the IUD, I'm assuming maybe you had like a Mirena or a Kyleena or something that may have kind of lessened your period or had or completely eliminated it. For now, it kind of being on and off, versus the copper IUD would have still had regular periods throughout that. So having the IUD in place kind of is like that Band-Aid symptom relief, like it was kind of hiding what was going on with your hormones during the time that you had it. So now you're off from it, and then all these symptoms are present. They probably just diagnosed you with PCOS. It's like really popular for them to just kind of do it now. But PCOS very much so is a metabolic syndrome. So metabolic meaning like blood sugar, insulin sensitivity, things like that. The facial hair would be like high testosterone. So you've got like high testosterone, high DHEA. I don't know if they even tested you for any of this. You could also be metabolizing testosterone down what they call an alpha pathway, which could be creating those symptoms as well. The weight gain. So when we talk about insulin and insulin sensitivity, as long as insulin levels are up, your body's going to hold on and store fat and store weight. So what we really got to do is make sure, get your periods regulated for one, and get that under control. So what happens with PCOS is there's partially a blood sugar regulation issue that causes testosterone, excess testosterone to be produced from your ovaries. So we want to get blood sugar under control. We also want to detox. So just like, because there's a buildup of testosterone, so androgens. So now you're thinking, and when you think androgens, testosterone, so you got hair in places you don't want it. Some women have hair on their chin and their face. Some start losing their hair as well, male pattern baldness, things like that. So just like with the estrogens, we want to detox your body and get rid of excess androgens. So whether that's happening in the gut or the liver or just a complete hormonal imbalance, that's what needs to be addressed. So really finding out which it is and then just addressing it head on is what can allow you to be able to deal with the PCOS and also be able to get pregnant, which is super important to you. Whew, Annie. Okay, that TSH is that's really, 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 really high TSH. I wonder if they've tested you for like Hashimoto's or any kind of like autoimmune or things like that. And then I am curious to see what your free T3 and free T4 is and if there's a conversion issue happening there or not. That's really high. So I can imagine that they have you on some thyroid medications for that. Okay, Kendria, your eye doctor told you thyroid issues after an eye exam. Yeah, I mean, Kendria, you've got to, like, you know your body best. And that's the thing, is that we have to align ourselves with doctors that, one, listen to us, two, believe us, and then three, like really like can confirm our own guesses, our own questioning and things about what's going on with our bodies. Alexia, I don't know if I said that right. Why is it so hard to stay on a healthy diet? What is in the unhealthy food my body craves? So this is a two-part question here. So there's scientists and doctors and people that are very, very smart human beings that are paid lots and lots and lots of money to go into labs and make the food that you eat addictive. Make your brain want it, just like cocaine, just like heroin, just like drugs. So there are things in our food that make it addictive. And sugar, just sugar alone is, I think it was either 5 or 8 times more addicting than cocaine. Every single time in lab studies, when a mouse or when mice are given the choice of an Oreo cookie or cocaine, they choose an Oreo, and these are cocaine addicted mice. They choose the Oreo cookie every single time because the sugar and processed sugar is addicting. So we have to break those addictions and also deal with, like, what are the cravings behind that? Is there a decrease in dopamine happening in the brain and those neurotransmitters where you're like, you need that high that you get from sugar? Some people, what we look at with in their blood, we can test and see some people have some markers for bread that give them literally like an opioid high and things like that. Is there a blood sugar dysregulation issue where blood sugar is going like this all day, and every time it drops down, your body's like, hey, I need some more sugar to go, you know? So addressing those root causes can really help it to become easier to stay on healthy diets. Also starting your morning with a really good breakfast. And I don't mean like breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know, you've got to eat it. Some people do intermittent fasting and can get to a place where, you know, they're eating in a shorter window, which is good. But you want to have a savory breakfast. You want to have protein. You want to have good fats. That's what you want to have for breakfast. Good fats, meaning avocado, coconut oil, almond butter, even salmon, any, you know, butter, grass-fed butter, along with the proteins, very good breakfast to start your day off. Please don't start your day off with oatmeal. Please don't. Sinead, you're welcome. Yeah, Alexia, with the chromium, it's usually magnesium. Magnesium's, chocolate's more of a good source of magnesium versus chromium. But yeah, dark chocolate can be healthy though. Oh, Nicole, why is it that OBGYN doctors don't have dietitians in their offices? It is truly needed. I don't know. It is very, very, very much needed. And really, we need a complete revamping and reworking of our entire healthcare system. But, you know, a lot of people are bought and owned, you know, so only in America can you have commercials on TV where drug companies advertise directly to you. That's illegal and not allowed in many, many other countries for drug companies to literally tell you, go talk to your doctor and ask for this drug, and then spend another 30 seconds with people hopping through lily fields talking about all the side effects of these drugs. So I think it's just very strict guidelines that people have to work within. And then also when it comes to dietitians, unfortunately, you know, there's some good ones out there, but then a lot of them still follow this federal food pyramid where they're going to pump you up full of grains and things that are going to make you bloated and destroy your digestion and wreck your blood sugar, you know, things that aren't healthy for us, that things should really be kind of flipped upside down or changed. So just a lot of work needed. And for me, it's like just one person at a time. Alexia, as far as like calcification and fibroids and things like that, it's gonna be the same work. It's gonna be the same thing as far as like addressing what is going on inside of the body as far as estrogen dominance. Shanta. Yeah, Shanta, I would just recommend some like further testing. So history of ovarian cysts, pretty ongoing, sometimes in pain, frequent ultrasounds, one cyst removed laparoscopically 4 months ago. They want to remove one of the ovaries. So there they are again, just like, well, let's just take the ovary out instead of dealing with the root cause of what's going on. The cyst removed, came back, or another formed. Of course, you are young, and these are not like the best steps to do because it's going to affect your fertility and everything the rest of your life. Currently taking Jamaican dogwood tea, but not really feeling the difference. Periods aren't heavy, so that's good. And birth control makes you sick, so you don't take that. So good for you for not taking any birth control. I'm glad that you don't have heavy periods. It would still be the same thing that we have to address as far as PCOS and looking at what's going on with blood sugar regulation, and then also what's going on as far as like your testosterone levels, like androgens and things like that, and those, if those are detoxing properly throughout the body. Let me see, I'm trying not to lose this chat box here. Okay, Annie, okay, that number makes complete sense with Hashimoto's. So with Hashimoto's being autoimmune, I certainly hope that they are addressing and looking at like gluten and all of those major players that are huge and very, very important to be able to reverse and to take care of those types of diseases. Super important. Akila, there is a, how can I schedule an appointment with you? There's a link somewhere in this chat box to be able to schedule with me. I'm Gladys, if you could go ahead and put that in the chat box for her to be able to see, that would be good. Because if I go put it in right now, I think it's going to make me lose my space. But once I get down, there's 25 messages I still got to get through. I'll put it right back in the chat, okay? Because I honestly don't know what it is off the top of my head. So hopefully Gladys will put that in there. Okay, let me see. Stephanie Johnson, thank you. Yes, they have a study showing a CT scan comparing cocaine versus sugar, and you can't tell the difference. Yep, cannot tell the difference. Annie, yes, this recording of this will be sent out tomorrow. Yeah, Stephanie, no oatmeal for breakfast. Oatmeal is just, it spikes your sugar levels. Like it's high on the glycemic index. It's just not a good way to start your day. And then for anyone, which is a lot of people, if you have any kind of gluten sensitivities, then you're affecting that just first thing in the morning. But it's really good to have a savory breakfast, unless you add in some kind of, I don't recommend it at all, but if you were to add in some good fats in there and some protein as well. Nicole, I know we were talking about something above. You said, oh, it is endometriosis. And the doctor, and she said, why would we? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Nicole. So I actually used to be a consultant to one of the pharmaceutical companies that have an endometriosis drug on the market. And to me, the crazy part is that they know to block estrogens. You know, like they know, like, okay, this is working, except now we're blocking all the estrogens in this woman's body. It's helping her with her endometriosis, but we got to do DEXA scans every 6 months because it's creating all types of bone loss. Because we want estrogens. We don't want to just get rid of the estrogens in our body. They're very important for pregnancy, you know, normal cycling, as well as like bone density and things like that. So they know, but really from my standpoint, and even having had my foot in both worlds, yeah, let's deal with the estrogen when it comes to endometriosis. Like that's what we have to deal with, is the excess estrogens. Like it's, it drives me nuts because it's not rocket science. But from a pharmaceutical standpoint, if we can get you on this drug and keep you on this drug and make you feel like you're dependent and your body can't function well without it, then, you know, yeah, okay. But yeah, it's dealing with those estrogens, reabsorption in the gut, how is the liver metabolizing it? Is testosterone being converted? And then estrogen mimicking type toxins and things like that. Those are the areas that we have to look. It is very tiresome. I know that it is exhausting. And I can't really say as far as the tilted uterus. I've worked with women and even on the research side and pharmaceutical tilted uterus or not. I mean, it hasn't, I personally haven't. I'm not saying that it's not, but there's women with a tilted uterus and those that do not, that still experience these things because of the estrogen dominance. All right, so I'm going to try to get through these questions. I know that it's almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and it's getting pretty late here as well. So okay, Shanta, yes, I perform these tests. A regular OBGYN probably will not perform these tests for a few reasons. One, they're often not covered by insurance and they work in an insurance model. So everything that they do is going to be based on what your insurance is going to cover or not. I'm in private practice. I have my own practice. I can do what I want and I just don't deal with all that rigmarole, whatever that stuff. I was trying to say rigmarole, but all of those types of things. Also, you have to go back to school to get this education. So I have colleagues who are OBGYN and have stepped out and gone back to school like me as well to learn functional medicine and to learn these things and how to read these tests and how to help people in these cases here. So it is, and it's just more of a lack of knowledge type of thing. And people, people have jobs and people got to keep doing what they're doing, even if some people, they feel good and righteous in what they're doing, even though it's, may not be helping people. And then some people know, something's not right about this, but may not know what to do. And I was at that point in life at one point too. I didn't know what to do and would ask colleagues and other doctors and didn't know what to do myself. And to answer your other question, do I accept HSA or FSA cards? Yes. So we can accept those types of things. And I can do all the testing needed as well. All right, Alexia. So you've had several different things, ovary encased in cysts, 4 fibroids, 2 removed with the ovary and tube. I'm so sorry about that. Fibroid grew on the outside of the uterus, 1 calcified, adhesions. You've had operations, only 39, told it's impossible to reproduce. But highly unlikely. Why do doctors still recommend having a baby when my energy is low now? I don't know. I don't know why they make those recommendations. Really, you've got to heal your body. Really, you've got to address the root cause of why those issues were there. And then also with your energy to address that, because having a baby, it's a lot of stress and strain on our bodies. And then when they get here too. So really, healing and addressing those issues will be really important. Yeah, Lexi, I'm so sorry for all that they've been doing to your body. Oh my goodness. Kendria, you're welcome. Yes, Nicole, people do have PCOS and endo together, absolutely. Yes, Alexia, time has flown by. I've got to feed my kids and I've got a flight in the morning. I've got a conference tomorrow. Yeah, Nicole, foolery. That's the word I was looking for, foolery. They are playing with people's lives. Shanta, yes, I'm not sure if Gladys put that link for you in the chat or not. I don't see it. Let me go up here and try to find it so I can give it to you, Shanta. I'm sorry. It's in here somewhere because people have definitely scheduled. Hold on, she may have. Here it is. Here you go, Shanta. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, there's probably some things going on with you, Nicole, with the testosterone, possibly as well, too, especially having the hair growth. Alexia, I think it would really, or Alexia, I hope I'm saying that right. I think it would really depend on where your fibroids are. For many people, it's in different places. So that's probably why you're getting contradictory information. Like if it's somewhere where like your abdominal area is going to be affected or directly touched, then yeah, it would be contraindicated. Oh, okay, perfect, Alexia, thank you. I'm glad that I'm saying that right. You're welcome, Nicole. Okay. Let's see over here. Nicole, let me see. Let me see if this is a similar question to what you put in the chat. Endometriosis. Oh, wow. Since you were 11. Wow. "26, you've had surgeries. 15 years, still have not gotten pregnant and had issues, yo-yo weight. And oh, the doctors just say you need to lose weight and they've given you the endocrine test, etc. Still have not gotten pregnant, never pregnant. So what could be tested? So there's several things to test here. Like with the endometriosis, the gut needs to be tested to see what's going on there, see if there's reabsorption of estrogen there. Beta glucuronidase is the specific marker we're looking at there. The other thing would be hormone testing, looking at that in the saliva and the urine and seeing how estrogens are metabolizing, what pathways they're metabolizing down. The other thing would be the testosterone. So I know you have the hair too, so just seeing what's going on with testosterone in general. But again, let's look at that in the urine and the saliva because then we know how it's metabolizing. And then toxin testing would be really important for you as well. To see what's going on there, and if we have a bunch of those toxins that do specifically mimic estrogens. And then I have a SED SD23. Is it easy to get pregnant with PCOS? I think that it's easy to get pregnant once we have cycles that are normalized. As far as with PCOS, you have luteinizing hormone that's going super, super high, but then your body's not producing an egg to ovulate. So once you're able to normalize hormones, get those balanced, and then get you to a place where you're ovulating, then yes. Oh, Alexia, you're actually Alicia. Okay. Or maybe Alicia, I'm assuming Alicia, since that's so close to Alexia. Lexi, I don't know. I don't know why it's so difficult. She asked here, is it difficult to find specialists who are comfortable providing care to overweight women? I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's like a sensitive topic for people. I also think that some people are just harsh. You know, they just think it's like, well, you need to eat less and move more. Well, if it was that simple, then we would all do that. But sometimes there's things going on with our hormones and within our body that we're not going to be able to go to the gym, you know, 5 days a week and this is going to go away. You know, like there's things that need to be addressed on a deeper level. And I think sometimes there's just a knowledge gap there. Yep, they always go to lose weight. Yeah, Nicole, you'd have to, let me see what you're saying. If we don't sign up with the special pricing, would I be able to sign up later once I'm, yep. You can go to my website, it's dralicianewsome.com, and there you can always sign up there. The webinar specials when I have webinars. Yep, facts. And they don't want to take time to address the true issues, very much so. Oh, we reviewed this at the beginning. Alicia and Kinesia. Yes, is there actually a cure for PCOS? There are so many ways to support your body in PCOS, and it seems to just be a hot topic right now. But yes, we've got to address androgens and estrogens. We've got to address that detoxification within the body and the metabolic aspect of it as well when it comes to insulin and things like that. My colleagues, you know, we work with women that have PCOS every single day. And I don't know what it is, if they just want to put women on metformin or birth control or whatever, but absolutely, like we have to go back to that chart that I reviewed earlier. Like we've got to deal with those root causes of these issues and things go away, things clear up. Yes, Nicole, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. All right, y'all. I think I've got all the questions in the Q&A, and I think I hit everything in the chat. All good. If I missed anything, I tried to move through this chat slowly. Charge it to my heart, or charge it to my mind, not to my heart. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I hope that this was very informative for you. I hope that you were able to receive lots of good information that will truly transform your life and give you a new starting point too. So you all have a wonderful evening. And for those of you that signed up, I'll be seeing you soon. All right, good night. Yes, yes. God bless. Thank you.